welcome back to my channel. So I decided that I wanted to show you guys how to do a soft romantic date night look. I think this is a perfect look to take a place of like a really heavy date night look with like a smoky eye and a red lip. I like mixing it up sometimes and doing a really soft, beautiful, like glowy, subtle, understated look. So if you want to know what I did to achieve this look, keep watching. Okay, to start my soft romantic glam, I first have moisturized and primed my face and put my under eye cream on. Next, I'm going to go in with a typical product that I use, but I'm going to use a little bit differently. So this is the Estee Lauder Double Wear foundation that I typically wear. But in the summertime, when I've already got some color on my face, because I'm bad and sometimes I don't wear sunscreen, I will go in and I'll just dot it onto my face so that I don't use as much product, like putting it on with a brush, because I don't need as much coverage. Also, I'm about to go in and I'm about to do some cream contour with that Kevin Aquan, so I don't need as much of a base. So you see how little I just put on there? Okay, so I finished that part. I just dabbed it everywhere, rubbed it in with my fingers. Now I'm gonna go in with this Kevin Aquan product that I die for. So I'm gonna go in with the colors SX05, SX07, and SX13. And I'm just gonna do a broad cream contour because for this look, I wanna be really like soft and angelic and have a really smooth, but like there contour. So I can really achieve this with my new favorite product. Okay, so really quickly, so these are the three colors that I've mixed up for my face, the 5, the 7, and the 13. And I'm just gonna add them in, but there's a really light color, a kind of medium shade, and then the darker one for the contour. So I'll first go in with the light shades. Then I'm gonna blend those light shades out. Okay, so I've rubbed in the light parts. Now it's where it's about to come alive with this darker contour color. And this just goes on just so smoothly. It's so creamy. Therefore, it blends really well. Now I'm going to take my Sigma brush and I'm going to blend it. Okay, so you've got that really blended, soft contour, but with kind of a glow to it. And I wish that you could see this in real life because it's a very like flawless finish. It's very luminous, but still like matte. I just really love this product. So now I'm gonna set it with my light and dark contour. So I'm gonna go in with my butter bronzer and my angled brush from Sigma, and I'm gonna set the dark parts. I'm not gonna pack that powder underneath my eyes like I usually do, but I will hit just here and then a little bit on my forehead. And I'm using my Kat Von D, the light colors in my Kat Von D to do that. I might hit the very top of my cheek, but I definitely don't wanna get like under the eye where those kind of creases are in my eyes, because this Kevin Aquan tends to crease if you put too much powder over top of it. So next I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna hit my cheek with a blush, and I'm just still so obsessed with the Charlotte Tilbury, and I think for like a romantic look, it's just a really beautiful shade. So I'm gonna go in with a Swish and Pop blusher. Just pop that on the cheek. All right. Now I'm going to go in and last but not least, I'll just hit it with a tiny bit of translucent powder. I'm going to do my Laura Mercier, just the translucent, but really watch, like I said, under those eyes. Notice I just went across them with that one little swipe. Okay, so I'm first going to do my brow with the Anastasia Beverly Hills taupe, and I'm going to speed this part up and then come back and finish the eyes. Okay. I have done the brow. Now I'm going to go in and I'm going to prime my eye with a Pro Conceal. This is the shade NW15. And I've really been liking priming my eyes with a concealer lately, as long as it's not a creamy concealer. Because I'm just a simple girl and I just like to use a product for more than one thing. Just kidding, I'm not that simple, but I do like to use a product twice. Notice how I'm kind of like dabbing it on my eye like that. Make sure you don't get it into the brow. Duh. Okay, so I've primed my lid with that Pro Conceal, but I want you to notice really quickly. So not only does priming your eyes help your eyeshadow stay on like 1,000 times longer, but it also, I swear, it lifts your brows. Just another reason you need to prime that eyelid. Okay, so now I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna cover my lid with Bobbi Brown Bone. used to be my like go-to color, my ride or die color, and then I got so obsessed with Anastasia that I never looked back, but I really do love Bobby, so I'm going to give her a little FaceTime today. Okay, so I'm going to cover this lid real quick. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with my MAC 224 brush, and I'm going to go in with the shade Dusty Rose, and I'm going to cover my large crease. This is a really soft eye look, so we're not putting a lot of product on the eyes for this one. Okay, that's all. That's all I want you to put on that eye. Okay, and then I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna use my finger. I'm gonna go with the color Glisten, which I really love and I haven't used in a while. And I'm gonna apply this with my ring finger, and I'm gonna press that onto my lid, all the way into my inner corner. It's just like a beautiful rose gold shade, and when you're doing a really simple, soft, romantic look, I think a lid color like this is just lovely. Okay, and then if you need to go back in with that Dusty Rose or whatever's left on the brush, just to kind of blend that in like so, you could do that. Okay, now I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna use, because I don't wanna use a black on this eye. I want it to be really like blown out and slightly smoky, but with more like pinks and purple shades because it's romantic and soft. So I'm gonna go with the Charlotte Tilbury, this Rock and Coal Iconic Liquid Eye Pencil. And I'm just barely gonna cover my top lash line like this, but notice I'm using little tiny strokes. I'm not doing like a heavy line across. Okay, and then just to make sure that lower lash line is kind of smoked out even more, I'm just going to take a little tiny brush and I'm going to go back in with that Dusty Rose, and I'm just going to cover just the bottom. Like that. Okay, and then I'm going to go in, of course, and I'm going to line my lash or my waterline with white, because you want your eyes to look like really open and doughy and full of love. Okay, and then I'm gonna brush that shadow out of my lashes. Of course, a lash is kind of necessary for a look like this in my opinion. I already have a lash on the top built in, but I'm gonna do my lower lashes with this Too Faced mascara. Okay, and the star of the show is the lip on this look. So I'm gonna go with this Charlotte Tilbury. This is the lip liner Pillow Talk. It is just so beautiful, such a beautiful pink. I've been wearing it a lot lately. I'm gonna cover my whole lip with that. And then I'm gonna cover it with pink gloss. Now, make sure you have a pink gloss that's like kind of sheer-ish. I'm gonna use this Giorgio Armani 526 is the color. I don't know if it's discontinued or not, but any sort of color similar to this that's real glossy. And there you have it, the easiest little soft romantic glam that you have ever seen. And this is a perfect look for like a date night. I really love to do this for a date night instead of like a heavy red bold lip and like a smoky eye. I like to do like some soft shades like this sometimes, and I think it's perfect like summer transitioning into the fall. So I hope you guys love this tutorial. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe. Like I usually do, I've linked all the products I used on this look below, and all you have to do is click it and it takes you right to the link. So thanks so much for watching. Come back really soon for more.